Hello, welcome back to our channel. My name is Gurpinder Kaur Sandhu, and in today's lesson, we will be talking about IELTS listening. I have a few tips for you. Number one, there's only one IELTS listening task. And by that, I mean there's only one test. It's the same test, same questions, same scoring for both academic and general training IELTS. Moving to number two, there are 4 sections with 40 questions. Section 1 and 2 are social or everyday conversations. Now, section 1 has 2 speakers or a phone conversation, and section 2 is 1 speaker. Moving to section 3, it is academic and it has 3 to 4 speakers. Now, it is more challenging because it is a discussion between a lot of people. By challenging, I mean the more the people, the more harder it is to understand the accents or to differentiate between the voices and find the correct answers. Number 4 is more academic. It just has 1 speaker, but it is tougher English than the rest of the sections. Moving to number 3, the length of the entire listening is 40 minutes. 30 minutes is audio and 10 minutes is the time you get to transfer the answers to the answer sheet. Now, this is what the answer sheet looks like, and there are 40 questions marked here. You can fill in the answers on the answer sheet. For number 4, practice using the answer sheet. Whenever you're practicing the IELTS listening, try using the answer sheet so that you can get a hang of it and you know how to use the answer sheet. Moving to tip number 5, you hear the recording only once. Now, the IELTS only plays the listening recording only once, so be sure to concentrate and listen to the content very carefully. The 6th tip I have for you is use a pencil. Now, people or students often get confused about what material to use to write their answers. Be sure to only use a pencil. Number 7, scores are calculated by the correct answers. So 40 questions, 40 correct answers, 40 points. Moving to tip number 8, capital letters. Please be sure only to use capital letters for all 40 of your listening answers. I have written down an example right here. Please note that all the letters in these words are in uppercase. Moving to number 9, number of words for each answer. Now, IELTS listening is going to give you the instructions. Right here, no more than 2 words and or a number. And now by this, I mean 1 word, craftsman, 2 words, local craftsman, 2 words and a number, 60 local craftsmen, a number, 60. Moving to tip number 10, at the hospital. Now, if the IELTS wants you to write your answer in this format, you can simply just write hospital for the place. Number 2, the best place to meet is, now here you can just not simply insert hospital or write hospital as an answer. The best place is to meet is at the hospital will be the answer. Number 11, all words and numbers are counted. Now, a holiday, if that's the answer, a and holiday will be counted as 2 different words. 1950 will be counted as just 1 number. Number 12, spelling is important. Please focus on the spellings. IELTS gives you 10 minutes to transfer your answers from the question paper to the answer sheet. Please be sure that all your spellings are correct, as you will lose a point if the spellings are incorrect. Number 13, words or letters. IELTS sometimes will give you multiple choice questions and or multiple choice answers. Now, please be sure to use the letter and not the word, as if, for say, B is the correct answer, it will be considered incorrect if you write summer and not B. Number 14. Now, there can be different question types for IELTS listening. Multiple choice, map completion, diagram labeling, form completion, note completion, flowchart completion, sentence completion, summary completion. Now, both of these are quite similar, but summary completion is more of a paragraph, short answer completion, and table completion. Number 15, don't try to understand everything. Remember, you're just there for the answers. Do not try to understand each and every conversation. It is none of your business to understand it. Number 16, prepare the questions and answers. Now try predicting what the answer can be. For example, the town square was built by. Now I predict that the answer would be a person's name. Number 17 and number 18, answers can come quickly. Keep your eye on the next question. Now IELTS is testing you on your knowledge of the language. So the answers can come really quickly and you have to be sure to keep your eye on the next question for you to find the answers during the recording. Number 19, try making notes if you get time. Number 20, there may be a gap between the answers. Now here I said the answers can come quickly, but at the same time, the answers might have a long gap. Do not panic, listen carefully, keep concentrating, and I'm sure you'll be able to find the answer. Moving to tip number 21, common traps. Please look for common traps. The answers sometimes can be changed or paraphrased just to trick you. Moving to tip number 22, repeated answers. A lot of times in the recording, the person repeats the answers again, which gives you an excellent opportunity to look for answers and get them right. Tip number 23, listen for plurals. A lot of times students tend to ignore the letter S after a word. Please be sure to note down the letter S after the word. Now, talking about scores, if you score 18 or 22 points on your IELTS listening test, it is a band score 5.5. 23 to 25 points, band score 6. And the list goes on. You can pause the video and review this. Tip number 25. Listen to the examples given. A range of accents will be used. Now IELTS stands for International English Language Testing Systems, which means a lot of different accents might be used for IELTS listening section. Try focusing and listening and preparing and understanding different types of accents whenever you're practicing for IELTS listening section at home. Look for titles. It is very important for you to look for titles to understand what the answers and the questions are based on. For example, diagrams, maps, tables. Check where all the questions are. A lot of times, if there are 10 questions, for example, 9 might be given in the front of the sheet, whereas 1 might be given at the back of the sheet. Please try locating all the questions before the recording starts playing so that you do not miss out on the one question that is given at the back of the sheet. If you miss an answer, move quickly to the next one. Please do not try looking for the answer that you've missed, because if you try doing that, you might have a chance to miss all the other answers. Technical academic language is not always paraphrased. Try writing the words you listen. Example, children must be accompanied by an adult at all times. Now try writing the word accompanied for your notes. Question, no children are allowed without an accompanying adult or an adult. Now in the sentence, we cannot say accompanied or like an accompanying adult because it doesn't make sense grammatically. So technically, this is a wrong answer. And the sentence will be, no children are allowed without an adult. Moving towards the end of this video. Check your headphones, make sure they're working. Please make sure your headphones are working before the IELTS listening starts. Concentrate, keep focused. That was all for today's lesson.